Hi Aries, here is a general look at your solar chart for May 2015. Now it's important your connections this month and also information exchange. Also if you're in education, it's important because this is a month where you will have material issues to deal with probably. And a little help from your friends is always a good thing. So until the 21st, the finances maybe will have center stage, or maybe it's about resources, maybe it's about property. It's just your basic stuff of life, you know, the paraphernalia that we all have to protect, kind of maintain, or you know, it could be a question of getting rid of or upgrading, or it could be to do with the piggy bank, that kind of thing. But it's again very, very important to be hanging out with the right sort of people from that point of view, not wanting to be too mercenary about this, of course. But so it's a time for socializing, very much so, and also those little nuggets of information which could lead you to getting a good deal or a bargain in some way, because until the 21st, the sun is very much it's sort of center stage, and it's around stuff and seeing how to improve things on that materialistic level, but also physically as well. It might be about physicality for you too. There's a few run-ins with Saturn this month for all of the signs, but they are all very fleeting. First of all, Mercury, which is going retrograde from the 19th. Mercury is in the first week opposing Saturn. That might mean that you taking your communications or your education or things to do with travel and transport a little bit more seriously. There could be lists, schedules, paperwork, all of that kind of thing may weigh a little bit more heavily on your mind. Mercury also does go retrograde from the 19th, slowing things down. So it's a bit in the first week, and then things speed up in the second week, and then just going into the third week from the 19th, Mercury will slow down again, and maybe for you it allows you to think things through better, or to maybe you've got to be patient, okay? Maybe you've got to be patient for somebody to get back to you, or somebody to turn up when they said they were going to, or for the right thing to come along, or whatever it's about, okay? And that will be from the 19th. But it does allow you to be more thorough with whatever the mental work is about, or the connecting, or the corresponding, or the education is about, okay? And that goes on for about 3 weeks. Mercury in general, though, is in a very outgoing, chatty area, and this will accelerate your mental processes and increase the interchanges going on. So, you know, if it's always better to put yourself out there if you've got if you're concerned about getting the best deal or the best person for the job, or to simply, if it's not like that at all, it might be you bouncing ideas around with others to come up with new solutions which could help improve your life in a material, financial sort of way, okay? And now until the 8th, Venus is also in the same sector as Mercury, helping you to be more articulate, to come across in a more persuasive kind of a way with others, and maybe if you need to wrap somebody around your little finger, then this could be quite useful. Some of you could be in exchanges with others who appreciate your just your style, and also if any of you are connected to media or the arts or doing anything like that, this would be a good energy to have in there with Mercury, which has been going on actually. Venus has been in there since around about middle of April, and will come out of there from the second week of May. But you can generally do better in it, being more diplomatic, or doing better in negotiations, being more persuasive, buying, selling, promoting, that kind of thing, with Venus and Mercury at the same time in this area here. So, you know, work that energy in whichever way you see fit. And Now Mars is in the same area as the Sun. Mars is coming out of there on the 12th though. So both Mars and the Sun are being very much got in a practical mood. They're both in a practical mood, and they are wanting to get dynamically active to do with anything to do with, you know, the money, the property, the piggy bank, the resources that we need to run our daily lives, the bits of kit, the equipment, the garden, the plant pots. You know, I mean, if there's one thing that you could be getting your hands on rather than just buying more bits of clutter or you know, accepting more bits of clutter from somebody, is actually getting out there into the earth and making, you know, putting in the seeds and getting something out of that, even if you're living in a place which is very small, you can find some kind of space on a windowsill or somewhere. So anyway, with Mars here, you can be dynamic, you can be energetic and initiate things to make things better in this very materialistic area, and related to basic stuff, resources, possessions of all kinds, but be careful because Mars can be demanding, and it might mean that you have to put some of that energy out in a very protective way, in a kind of warrior kind of way in that area there. Your physical strength could be stretched because you are dealing with the material world, and you're working hard at that with Mars there, and that's been in there since the whole of April as well, so you'll be getting familiar with it by the time you're listening to this, and just see what needs to be done in a physical material sense, but don't burn the candle at both ends, don't overdo it, don't overstretch yourself, and Mars can be accident prone as well. And then from the 12th, Mars moves out of there and goes into the same very sociable area as Mercury, and really fires up that Mercury energy, even though the Mercury energy does slow down from the 19th. Mars will accelerate that area there to do with mental processes, to do with travel, transport, education, media, anything to do with connecting with others, exchanging ideas with others, gathering information, lists, correspondence, schedules, itineraries. I mean, all the head stuff. And you could feel overloaded at times, so just be careful and take some downtime, take some time when you can get out of that whirling monkey mind. But you can get an awful lot done with Mars there, because Mars, of course, is your ruling planet as well, so it's a very strong energy for you to use and wield like a tool. From the 8th, Venus is beaming a very friendly, warm light to the root of your chart. If you want to do some decorating or DIY at home, that would be a good idea. Or maybe you are getting out and about more, visiting with others, getting into spaces that you prefer. Others are visiting you, perhaps. They could be somewhere where you're all meeting up, and you're just enjoying that interaction. You're enjoying what you have or where you are a little bit more with Venus there. And then from the 21st, the Sun is in a sociable, busy area, and you could be meeting and greeting or connecting with others over the wire. So the Sun comes into this same area as Mercury and Mars, and takes that emphasis away from that materialistic area. Just for your information, Mars does go opposite Saturn at the beginning of the 3rd week, which is just the first 3-4 days. You could feel that heaviness there, that cramping your style, that slowing you down, or that something putting more pressure on you there. And then the Sun actually goes over Saturn as well in the first half of the last week. So there could be challenges maybe, or a dip in confidence, that kind of sort of feeling there. But these are very, very brief interactions. And the sort of big banner, I suppose, is the Jupiter-Uranus connection, which those two are further apart than they were in the previous month, in May, but they are a really great pair, and they are just still in orb, even though their effects will be slightly muted, but they're still bouncing off each other in a kind of surprising and very promising kind of a way. And this is the time for new initiatives and potentially amazing progress. So making the plans, aiming for the highest, or aiming for that goal, that envisaging that goal, putting the vision board out, putting the dream board out, whatever it is, and then working your way to it, because this little energy here has a bit of fairy dust with it, and they do get closer again in June. So it's all to play for there. And then the slower moving planets, we've got Saturn in a very supportive aspect with your sun sign. In this month, we're in the month before Saturn moves backwards into Scorpio for a very, very brief period. But at the moment, this energy is in a supportive aspect with your sun sign, helping you to learn. So you'll be on quite a learning curve, and maybe something that you idealized, you saw through rose-tinted spectacles previously is being taken down a peg or two over this long transit of Saturn. That could already have been going on in the previous segment of Saturn being in Sagittarius, which has been going on since late last year. But you will be slowly developing a more realistic, wise understanding of life, the universe, and everything, and you know why you did things and why you thought this and why you thought that, and getting a clearer idea about the reality of situations. But so this is a learning through doing education for you, but it's also to do with education, formal education. So slowly making your way, maybe feeling a bit blocked and a bit disheartened at times, because this is Saturn's style. To sort of test us for our grit and our ability to just keep on, keep on going in the direction of where we feel is right. So sometimes, even though we're going in the direction of somewhere that we very much want to get to, we run into a rocky part of the path, or a muddy part, or a swampy part. And we get a bit disheartened. But as long as you've still got that little flickering flame inside of, I know this is the way to go, then not chronically getting tired out, but maybe finding maybe switching the plan a little bit to find a little way round. And that might be over a length of days, weeks, months, but finding the way around and then getting back onto that ray, that beam again, and carrying on going in the direction. But we're here to learn, and we're here to adapt to the changing conditions. And we are recreation and evolution in progress. That's what we do, and we're translators for that pure energy of creation. So whether we are in the mood for it or not, whether we know it or not, this seems to be what we're doing. And you Arians born 21st to the 25th of March, you really early Aries, or with 0 to 4 degrees rising, we'll feel that energy the most this month. And then until August, we have Jupiter in a fantastic angle to your sun sign. I mean, it's just really positive, and it will be helping you through romantic connections, through art, through creativity, through children, through animals, through speculative activities, investment type activities for those of you who can, and it might not be financial investment. So all of us can invest in some sort of way, can't we? And the leisure industry, entertainment industry, anything like that has got huge promise and potential in it for you, and positivity and support. And you Arians born the 1st to the 6th of April, or with 12 to 17 degrees rising, will feel that energy the most this month. And did I say art? I should have done anyway. And then in general, you Arians, these are the Uranus transits, and to see more about Uranus, you can find that, well, just about anywhere on the web, but also it'll be on my website, and anywhere in the astrological web, I mean. So you Arians born the 7th to the 10th of April, or with 17 to 20 degrees rising, going to feel the energy of Uranus the most this month. And that's on your sun, of course. It might be on a planet, but I can't know that from here. And then Pluto, you Arians born the 4th to the 7th of April, or with 14 to 70 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. And that's it for May. And remember something I saw the other day which struck a chord. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And if you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. Also, this is written up on my website. In the sort of the basics of it is written up on my website if you want to check there. And I will see you the next time.